Okay, this is just a generic Asian-made high-density polyethylene sheet. It's actually a chopping board. It's a few millimeters thick. I'm going to use it to make a new sheath for my Paris because the old sheath, which is a new sheath, you can see that there, fouled on me because the stitching was cut by this knife. So I'm going to use the oven to soften this and then fold this, and then we're going to put it together, see how we're going to put the thing together. Okay, so stick around. The next step, what I did was I placed this in the oven at just under 150 degrees, obviously without the knife in it. And this is the natural handle. I'm going to put the lock in here to prevent the knife coming out. And just to turn that over in there. So we've got plenty of room to shape this up. This is high density polyethylene. And this should make a very strong, very tough knife scabbard. And I won't be losing the knife with that color like that. Okay, so let's keep watching. So now I've bent this over, this high density polyethylene. I'm drilling a series of holes in here. I mark them out, and I'm actually going to stitch it together with static rock climbing cord. Okay. Well, there you go. That's the finished product. High density polyethylene. I softened it in the oven. I used 2mm static rock climbing accessory cord to blanket stitch. Well, that's the kind of stitch I call it. I don't know. Blanket stitch it together. I drilled all those holes down the side. I made use of the cutaway up the top where that shock cord, you can see the shock cord up there. That's to retain the knife. It's a snug fit in there. I don't know how long it's going to last for, but it's a really kind of temporary fix at the moment. At least it's safe, that's for sure. This stuff's pretty tough. I can't really take it out with the scabbard that it came with because of that stitching. Once the stitching starts coming undone, that's it. And this stitching is not likely to come undone in the all too foreseeable future on this scabbard, that's for sure. And you can see up there what I've done is I've got this connected with the carabiner. There's no real wear and tear on that. That's fine. You know, it's kind of a loose carry. It'll do. It's a way to get around the system. Now, of course, I couldn't have made this out in the wilds because I used the oven to soften the HDPE. You know, it takes close to 150 to soften that up. And, you know, and the other tools I used was a soldering iron to cut the edge out and a saw off a multi-tool. So lots of things that were incorporated into the making of this, you know, temporary kind of scabbard, but it is strong. And this time the blade is facing away from the stitching. Okay, so the blade can't possibly cut the stitching in this system because the blade faces away from it. Okay, bush camping tools here. Thanks for watching.